So if you've come across this video, you're probably looking for a We Buy Houses company in Monroe, North Carolina. I just want to put together a quick video to show you what we can offer in terms of our services and how we might be able to help you out. So if you're looking to sell in Monroe, what are we offering? So what's our ultimate service? We're problem solvers. So we'll go the extra mile to make selling your property as simple as possible. Literally our number one goal is to make the selling process as easy as possible for our sellers. So we typically deal with complex real estate problems that can include, properties that need a lot of repairs. There could be multiple heirs or complications with heirs that aren't speaking to one another, or actually it could be unknown heirs, maybe people that don't actually know they own the property and we're having to try to track them down, that sort of thing. There could be title issues, so liens and judgments. There could be unfinanceable properties, such as properties that don't have HVAC systems or major structural issues that banks actually won't lend on. And like I've said, properties that need repairs, and the list kind of goes on and on. We're basically bundling up for you here, convenience. So there's no hassles dealing with realtor showings or making repairs. It's an easy process, so we do all the runaround to make it literally as simple as we can for you. Speed, so it's cash closings, so we can close quickly, or we can offer flexibility in terms of stretching out closings, several months. We've kind of done it, both ways. So there's no need to make expensive repairs or deal with contractors. We actually can offer moving assistance in a lot of cases, and there's no need to actually clean the house. So a lot of sellers like that. So you can literally take what you want and leave the rest. And we've let sellers leave furniture in the properties as long as they communicated, what was staying and what was going. And so, yeah. So our process, there's no realtor commissions. We buy direct. There's no closing costs. So we cover all buyer and seller closing costs. All closings are with a local real estate attorney. That's Harry Marshall Law. Very professional, reputable firm that we've been working with for 5 years now for our North Carolina and South Carolina closings. So very good to work with for on our end and our sellers' ends. We can hire a mobile notary, so you don't even have to attend the closing. A lot of people don't realize that. So literally what they can do is come to your house or work, and they'll bring the documents. They'll witness you sign the documents, such as the deed and the settlement statement and these sort of things. And then they'll notarize it, and then they can overnight that back to Harry Marsh and his team, or they can actually route those or drop them off at their office. And that's it. That's basically what they need. They just need signed documents to do the closing. So that's one big perk we offer. Just going through our process, we'll sort of just kind of run through what our process looks like on our end versus the traditional sale. Repairs, so no repairs needed. No cleaning required for us. You can even leave your furniture. There's no showings required, no realtor commissions, no closing costs. We've got quick cash closings on your schedule, moving assistance offered, and we can assist with anything to make your closing easier. So printing documents, running around, doing the legwork, dropping off documents, scheduling the mobile notaries, all those sort of things. With our traditional sale, you're typically going to need to make some minimum repairs to get the market ready. There's a lot of picky buyers out there. You will likely need to clean to get the house show ready. And on top of that, you're going to need to keep the house cleaned as showings come in, because you have to realize that showings can take place at all times of the day, or those requests can come in, people getting off of work or before work and these sort of things. Realtor commissions, that's usually going to be around 6% of the sale price. You're going to need to pay your closing costs. Not uncommon for the buyer to ask for closing cost assistance on top of that. So you have the attorney fees and the buyer closing cost requests. Then you have the fact that most retail buyers are going to need mortgage companies that can take 30 to 45 days to close. And then your average buyer is probably not going to pay any kind of moving assistance. I've never actually heard of that taking place in a traditional sale. And in terms of coordination, a lot of the paperwork and things you're going to be responsible for, unless you can get your realtor to help you out with that. So cost to sell, a lot of sellers just don't realize how costs can add up until usually the closing's taken place or the sale is completely done. They maybe have an idea before, but it's not until they sort of get through the thick of it. Selling a house can be sort of emotional. You sort of get to it and you're like, okay, we just got to get this thing done. And then as you go through, the costs just continue to stack up until you get the final settlement statement at closing, and you realize that there was a pretty big discrepancy between what you had a list price at and what you're actually receiving. So what I did was I put together a little table here that just kind of shows a lot of the things our sellers don't realize, and maybe something to keep in mind in terms of if you're considering, giving us a call or whatever the case may be, how we can, be a service to you. But think about realtor commissions. So again, that's 6% of sale price. Closing costs, typically 2 to 4% of sale price. Holding cost, obviously that can vary from property to property. There could be repairs that you're going to need to get the house just ready to sell, and then there could be home inspection repair requests. So say you found a buyer, they do a home inspection. Just about, I don't think I've ever seen a clean home inspection report come back. There's always something. And as a result, buyers are going to request that things be fixed. So that obviously can vary from property to property. And then there's a couple contractual elements that include, a lot of buyers like to have a home warranty request, especially like on older properties. Typically that's around $500. And then in terms of another contractual element, it could be that they request that the appliances are left behind. So you have to think about those are real costs that you paid for, things such as the refrigerator or washer and dryer. So obviously that can vary from property to property as well. So anyway, you can see there's a lot different costs to consider when you're selling. So average cost can sell to sell can be approximately 12 to 15% of the list price. So it can be a pretty big hit, and that's not even taking into account if buyers are trying to get a discount off the bat, if they're offering less than your list. All right, so the types of properties we buy. So like I said, we solve problems. Usually there's complicated issues. In a lot of cases, what we're doing is helping people that can't be helped through a traditional sale or when a realtor won't work. And what we do is we dig in and find tailored solutions to unique situation. Types of properties we buy, pretty big list here, but quickly go through them. We've dealt with all these types of properties. So foreclosure, behind on payments, those that are underwater, major repairs, fire damage, water damage, code enforcement violations such as deferred maintenance and safety issues, issued by local municipalities. Inherited properties, those properties that are in probate or estate properties, multiple heirs, maybe there's complications on, trying to round up everybody and get them on the same page, retirement, relocation, quick move for work or something like that. Vacant land, we've dealt with easement issues with land, so I'm a general contractor, so I have a pretty good idea how to navigate some of that. Unfinanceable properties, so those that the banks won't lend on. Title issues such as liens and judgments, back taxes, and like you can see here, basically most of the properties we purchase have complications that the average buyer can't handle or they don't know how to navigate. So in conclusion, I guess you got to ask yourself if you're willing to wait up to 3 to 4 months to get 85% or so of your list price by going the traditional route. To summarize our process once more, no repairs, we buy as is, no commissions, we buy direct, no closing costs, we cover all the seller and buyer closing costs, quick closings, so no waiting 30, 60 days for mortgage approvals, take what you want and leave the rest, so there's no need to even clean, believe it or not, and we can actually offer moving assistance as well. So I do appreciate you taking the time to check out the video. We do buy houses and land in Monroe, North Carolina. If you have any further questions, feel free to reach out. You can contact us at 704-727-6161. That's our office line. You can email us at info@m1propertygroup.com. And you can also check us out at our website at www.m1propertygroup.com. There's actually a web form on there. You can fill out your information and we'll get in contact with you that way. So I do appreciate you taking the time to check out the video.